497. 365,497. Okay, 365,497.
Excuse me.
Do I know as soon as you enter the pin, it will ask you for your nickname. You can enter your nickname and get into Kahoot.
No, when I enter the game pin, I can't go.
You have to restart then.
Let me try.
Can you use your different browser?
Okay.
Who's this?
Adishri.
Pencil iti arte samskrite sabdah kaha. See, you can see the answers. Dwaram. Okay, it is Ankani. Maybe my pronunciation is wrong, but you can all see the answers here. It is the blue one. We have the Sanskrit wording as well. 23% got it right, and we have some more people who didn't get it right. That's okay. So as long as you learn, that's all we want. We can go on to the next question. We have Satvik, Aditya, Krishna Chinta, Ovi, and Ramachandra. Okay, the second question. Teacher iti arte samskrite sabdah kaha. See, there is a Sanskrit line as well. We have adhyapakaha, kalakaraha, balakaha. Please look at the Sanskrit if you don't understand the English. If you are very conversant in Sanskrit, then you can look at the Sanskrit word. So good. 22% got it right. It is adhyapakaha. Okay, we have Ramachandra who has come up, and the rest of them, they remain in their original places as before, as we saw in the first question. When you are really worried about something, what polite expression can be used? Kripaya, astu, chintamastu. Okay, good job, Chintamastu. Wonderful, 27% got it right. So when you're really worried about something, the polite expression that we use is Chintamastu. Please forgive me for my pronunciation. The scores remain the same. Good job, guys. We'll move on to the fourth question for today's session. What is the word for library in Sanskrit? Pustakalayam, Karyalayam, Pustakam. Okay, 28% got it right. It is Pustakalayam, library. Okay, we have the same original set of people who have come through. And very nice. Satvik, Aditya, Krishna Chinta, Ramachandra, and Ovi. Wonderful. What is the word for leaf? Pushpam, Patram. Oh, I'm so sorry. There are two options for Patram and Pushpam. What is the right answer? This question, I think is little tricky. Both of them are correct. If you have answered C, even that is right. But anyways, we got it as B. Yeah, everybody who got C, that was also right because that was also another option, which is the same answer. Okay, pardon me for that. I should have removed option C. Should have added only A and B. Okay, we have Obi, Apple, and Mickey who have come up. Sixth question. If spoon is nearby, which sentence is correct? एषः समसः अस्ति, एतत् चषकः अस्ति, तत् समसः अस्ति. संशयः, I think. संशयः, I don't know. Okay, good job. You all know what it means, and there is also the Sanskrit word here. So if you're not comfortable reading in English, you might as well read it in Sanskrit. But if spoon is nearby, for that, this is the first option. A is the right answer, and most of you all have got it right. Wonderful. Okay, all those this is same consistent scoring from last time. Wonderful. Seventh question. If bag is far away, which is correct? एषः सुयतः अस्ति, तत् सुयतः अस्ति, शः सुयतः अस्ति. It's far away. What is far away? Bag is far away. Okay, the answer is C. 16% got it right. Looks like a tough one because I see 8 and 8 have ticked the others, and I know it's all looking the same, but I think Saha Suyataha Asti is the right answer. Eshaha and Tat, because it's far away. So that is the catch here. Okay. Mickey and YRP has come up. Good job. Awesome. We have 3 more questions to go. Which is the correct question for nearby object in feminine gender? Okay, nearby object in feminine gender. Esa kaha, etat kim, eshaha kaha. Okay, 22% got it right. I still see some wrong answers here. Hopefully, you all got it, and if not, please learn this. Eshaha kaha is for nearby object in feminine gender. Okay, the scores have been consistent. 2 more questions to go on this side. Which is the correct question for far away in neuter? 1 second, let me see. Again, look at the answers. I can see what is the for ninth question is which is it neuter or what is it? What is that? Does anybody know?
Mataji, neuter means third person.
Oh, neuter means okay, Mataji. So I thought I was just asking. My son called me and he was just telling me. Okay, everybody got it? I was just thinking I made a spelling mistake or something on my end, but this is right? Okay, 19% got it right, and it is Tatkim. Okay, Krishna Chinta, he has come up. And last question for Sanskrit, which is the word for hair? Kartari, Deepaha, Kesaha. Hair in Sanskrit. Good job, it is Keshaha. And with that, we are going to end our Sanskrit quiz, and we can see our scores. Again, I want to make a caution note here. We are just seeing the scores, so you all know where you are. But if you're not interested in seeing your scores, or if you don't want to know your scores, you don't have to see it. I'm just going to show those people who are interested. And if you don't want, you can come after 2 minutes to join the game. Okay, again, these scores, what we are doing here is just a learning. You know, for those who have learned something new, it's good. And for those who don't know and they have learned some new words, that's also a good thing, right? So we are all learning by doing Kahoot. So no way scores are going to undermine you. We are all in the learning process. See, I learned something too. And I learned what hair is, far away, bag, or nearby something, or a feminine gender, how would you call it? Or a neuter gender, how would you call it? So we learn by doing this Kahoot, we are learning. So you don't have to feel bad if you have missed something. Okay, now we have learned it. That's all matters. Okay, we are going to see the scores. The third place goes to Ovi. Good job, Ovi. Second place, Aditya K. And first place goes to Satvik. Congratulations. Woohoo! And runner-up, Mickey and YRP. All right, great job. Sanskrit is really tough. But yeah, you guys are putting effort to learn Sanskrit, which is a great thing. I really respect you all. Mataji, I don't know Sanskrit, but I'm so happy to see you all learning Sanskrit so nicely. So we looked at the first top 5 winners. We will go to number 6. 6 is Sati. 7 is Krishna Chinta. 8 is Ramachandra. Prafulla, Apple. Kritik, Kumudini, Kushi, Akshaj, Slok, Hemant, French fries, Gobinda, Ponnu, Anishwa. Okay, Charit, Advait, ABC, Varun the Carrot, Adishri Rao, Durga, Ishan, Veda, Aryahi, Omkar. Okay, Vanu, Vaishnavi, Krish, Sanvi, Ani, French fries, and Prad. Not French fries, French F, Prad. All right. 2 participants have raised hands. I happened to call out all the names because last time I saw that all of you all had questions. Which place am I in? Which place am I in? So I wanted to make sure that you are all called out, because that way you will be very clear on who got which score and how many correct answers are right. Okay, now we can move on to the questions before we start our Srimad Bhagavatam. We have 2 people who have raised hands. Gopal, Gobind, do you want to ask your first question? Govind, do you want to unmute? Sorry, Mataji, you can go ahead.
Yeah, he's crying. How much did he get, Mataji?
Oh, Mataji, oh, I'm so sorry. Govind, as I told you, this is just a game. Govind, you got 80%. 80%. Very good job.
He missed 2 questions. That's why he...
Oh, no worries. So that's why I told you initially, whoever wants to see the scores, they let them to see. But if you're not interested to see your scores, don't have to see your scores. Again,
no, he knows. He missed 2 questions. That's why he's crying. And
you missed you missed it like that. Oh my God. That's okay, Govind. For your age, you're doing a fantastic job. You should teach me Sanskrit. I'll be pleased to learn from you. Okay, Govind? See, get ready for Sanskrit. Get ready for Srimad Bhagavatam. We are going to do Srimad Bhagavatam now. I don't want you to miss any questions there. Okay, who else has a question? Please raise your hand and unmute.
Adishri, please unmute yourself.
I didn't see my score.
Adi, okay, Adishri, okay, here you go, 70%.
Okay.
Can we go on to the Srimad Bhagavatam quiz?
Yes,
Yes.
Mataji. We don't have more questions.
Okay, all right. So let's go on to Srimad Bhagavatam then. Are you all ready? I'm going to give you all your pin now before we start our game. Okay, sorry, this is reports. Okay. One second. Be ready. Same like before, go to kahoot.it. You're going to get your pin now. It is 272-46436. 272-436. Hello.
So in the Kahoot, I was trying to tell you when like whenever there's like a fire logo next to somebody, scroll down. Whenever there's like a orange rectangle, scroll down.
Huh?
Okay, whenever there's a fire logo next to somebody's name or there's an orange rectangle below somewhere, scroll down for everybody to see that. Like that said, this person has got a very good.
I can't understand. I'll talk to you later.
I'll tell you again. So in the leaderboard, when you click on X after the person, there's going to be a fire logo. I mean, not all the time, but sometimes if people are too good, there's going to be like a fire logo
Mm-hmm.
to them. And then also there might be an orange rectangle just trying to pick out like this small orange line in our side. You just have to scroll down, and then it's going to say something.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Where?
Okay. So you know how like in the middle of the Kahoot,
Mm.
you after like everybody's answer the question, you click on X and it shows the top 5, right?
Mm.
Angada.
Okay. So I was just getting some tips on Kahoot. As we can see some things in terms of when I see the top 5 scorers, there is something that I have to be watchful of. Maybe I'll try to do that for Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, all of you all have joined. It's 31 players so far. Can we start the game? Somebody not ready? Maybe for them I can wait. Otherwise, we can get started. Can we get started? Here are the names. Okay, let's start. All right. Okay, the first question. Which sage asked Sutta Goswami the questions? Sukadev Goswami, Shaunaka Rishi, Srila Vyasadev. Which sage asked Sutta Goswami the questions? Okay, it is Shaunaka Rishi. And the qualities of Shaunaka Rishi, they have been clearly elucidated in Canto 1 and Chapter 4. What are the qualities of Shaunaka Rishi? He was elderly. He was the head of the assembly, Kulapati. He was learned and he was congratulated by all, and then he spoke the questions. Okay, what does the head of the assembly means? In a meeting of learned men, one who has the above mentioned quality should congratulate the speaker. That's why Sutta Goswami, Shaunaka Rishi, he praised Sutta Goswami. He said, "You are the most fortunate, and he is the best of all speakers. Please narrate the pious messages of Srimad Bhagavatam spoken by Sukadev Goswami." Like that, Shaunaka Rishi asked Sutta Goswami to talk. Now, what are all the qualities of Shaunaka Rishi? I told you he's elderly, he is called the head of the assembly, and he is also very, very learned. He wanted to hear from Sutta Goswami what he had learned from Sukadev Goswami, and he wanted that to be told to all the sages who are sitting there to listen and hear what Sutta Goswami has to say. So that is how the conversation started. So you all know that we had this conversation. We have in Bhagavatam, there is Sukadev Goswami who is talking to Parikshit Maharaj, and we also have Sutta Goswami who is talking to Shaunaka Rishi and the sages of Naimisharanya. So those two sequences are happening in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? So this is the first question. And any questions there? Aditya, Satvik, Krishna Chitta, Varun the Carrot, and Ramachandra. Here are the top five people. I don't know. I mean, Aditya, you wanted me to see this thing here, right? I mean, I don't see anything in terms of flag marks or anything. Did you have to say something? I know you pointed out that I need to say. You can unmute yourself and tell me.
So it only happens if somebody has like a streak, or like say they got this many answers in a row, they're doing really good. It only comes up when something happened. It won't come up on the first question.
Okay, let's go. What did the sages want to know about Srila Vyasadeva? What inspired him to write Srimad Bhagavatam? Why did he call his son Sukadev Goswami? Where did he live? What did the sages want to know about Vyasadeva? Just something very intriguing. What does they want? What do they want to know about Srila Vyasadeva? Can you tell me? Yes, they wanted to know what inspired him to write Srimad Bhagavatam. They were not interested in the other things. They really were interested to know about what inspired, because only with inspiration you can write something. And Srila Vyasadeva, he wrote so many things, right? He wrote Mahabharata, he wrote the Vedas, and in spite of all that, they were so curious about okay, you have written so much, but what triggered you to write Srimad Bhagavatam? That was some question. That was one question the sages had in their mind about Srila Vyasadeva. All right, any questions there? Are you all clear? So we all know Vyasadeva, he was born to Parashar Muni and Satyavati in Dwapar Yuga. And then he did create all the Vedas for us. And we will talk about, okay, Ovi, you raised your hand. Do you have a question, Ovi? Ovi?
Yes, Mataji. So I was gonna say, in the scores, only if it like shows this fire sign on someone's name, and you scroll down, it'll show that thing. Only if it shows a fire sign.
Okay, sure. I'll be watch out for the fire. Okay, I'll watch out definitely. All right. So did you all understand Srila Vyasadeva? Who was he born to? He was born to Parashar Muni and Satyavati. Okay. And then he was born in the Dwapar Yuga. And Srila Vyasadeva, he was empowered incarnation of the Lord, and he was able to see all the past, present, and the future also. Okay. And the sages were really curious to know what inspired him to write Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, please remember the pointers I'm telling you during the class, during the Kahoot quiz, I mean, okay? Aditya, Satvik, Krishna Chinta, Varun, and Ramachandra. Third question. Today we have only 12 questions. What did the sages want to know about Sukadev Goswami? Why did he not wear any clothes? How did the sages know he was pure while others thought he was mad? Why did King Parikshit want to hear from Sukadev Goswami? What did the sages, what were they curious about? Yes. How did the Parikshit Maharaj and other sages know that he was a pure devotee while others thought he was mad? Why did the others think he was mad? Looking at the external appearance of him, everybody who are not on the spiritual platform, they think he is mad because he is completely naked, and all the external appearances made everybody think as if he doesn't know anything and he's a mad person. But the pure devotees, how did they know that how did the sages know he was a pure devotee and not a mad person? Does anybody know the answer? Okay, I'll tell you. Remember, okay. See, the sadhus, they don't look at the external appearance. But what do they do? They just like to hear. They like to hear, and by talking to some person, you will know if that person is intelligent or not. Like that, the sages, they didn't worry about the external appearance or the sight, but through the hearing process, they understood that he was a pure devotee of the Lord, because the transcendental words that was coming out of his mouth, it cannot be exhibited by a normal person. Normal person cannot talk like that, such big philosophy and such big things, because he is reciting the entire Srimad Bhagavatam to who? Parikshit Maharaj. And it was so clear, so ecstatic for the listeners, and it made them as if it made them feel that they were able to visualize the scene while he was narrating the story. So he was bringing in all the effects of transcendental joy, ecstasy, and Parikshit Maharaj, he was just sitting there 7 days without eating any food, water, or any drink, because he was captivated by hearing Sukadev Goswami and the transcendental words. He was able to do that. So through the hearing process, everybody understood that he was a pure devotee of the Lord. Okay? Do you have any questions here? See, I want you all to understand the concept, because again, answers, it's okay. If you miss the answer, it's perfectly fine with me, but you have to understand the concept. All right? Slok, you had a doubt? You have a doubt? Can we move on to the next question? If you want, you can unmute and tell me. Otherwise, I'm moving on. Okay, here are the scores. The same set of people are still up. Okay, now the next question. What did the sages want to know about Parikshit? Why did he choose to leave everything and sit by the Ganges? Which state did he rule in? How many children does he have? Now about Parikshit. Yes. So the people were kind of, I know that 2 people have raised their hands. Do you want to quickly ask your questions? Aditya and Slok?
There's just an orange rectangle just there. Previous question.
Okay. Was it there? I missed it.
Yeah, it was not a fire thing, but there was an orange rectangle. You should be on the lookout for both.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is it next to the person's name?
No, it's not next to them. It's at the bottom. But the fire emoji thing is next to their name. Also, I'll be on the lookout for that.
Oh, okay. I'll be on the lookout. Okay. Next time I'll be more careful about that, because I really want to appreciate that and give recognition to those who are doing a great job. At the same time, see, the main thing is we have to learn. So now in this question, Slok, did you have a question? Can I just answer this part of the question? Slok, if you have something, you can definitely tell me, okay? Here in this question, if you look at it, the sages are curious to know about Parikshit. What did they specifically want to know about Parikshit? They were curious to know, why did he choose to leave everything and sit by the Ganges? You know, why he's such a big king? Why did he have to do this and come and sit in the Ganges, not eating food? I mean, for 7 days he was just sitting there, right? And they were just kind of curious, why such a big king has to do this? So if you look at Parikshit, we all know about the curse Parikshit Maharaj has got, and he is one human being who knows that he is going to die in a certain period of time, and he very well utilized that time that he was going to die. You know, if he was going to go and die in 7 days, did he utilize his time? He very well utilized his time by hearing about the transcendental activities of the Lord. And during that time, he was keeping himself doing severe austerities. He did not take any food or drink. He did not even sleep for a minute, for a moment. So everything in him was very, very wonderful. And how was his attention? His attention was so rapt. He was completely caught up on Sukadev Goswami's message. His attention was such that He was asking out of curiosity so many questions when Sukadev Goswami was narrating. He was very, very attentive. That is how I want you all to be. When I'm doing this quiz, more than winning or losing, I just want you to understand what this is trying to tell us. So now we are looking at Parikshit Maharaj's glory, and looking at Parikshit Maharaj, we also should try to imbibe his qualities. What are all his qualities? He performed severe austerities. He had good attentive skills. He listened the Bhagavatam with rapt attention, and then his hearing process was great. He did not eat or sleep or drink anything, meaning he was completely captured by the transcendental activities of the Lord. That's some austerity that we could say. And then he did not waste even a minute, because wasting time in the 7-day period, if he thought he could have enjoyed in his kingdom, right? He did not do that. He used every moment that he had in him. The 7 days was very well utilized. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What you said that Parikshit Maharaj had a curse? Which curse did he have?
So did you know about the story where he happened to put a snake on a rishi's neck, and then his son happened to curse Parikshit Maharaj that he would be dead in 7 days by a snake bite. And after that curse, he immediately understood that he has to go to a place where they were talking about Srimad Bhagavatam, and then he happened to be in the company of the sages and Sukadev Goswami, and he started to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam because of that curse, because he knew that he was going to die in 7 days.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, this was taught, I think, initially. If you would have attended Srimad Bhagavatam class, you would have known that he got cursed. Again, Satvik has come up now. There are no orange boxes or anything. Okay, up 4 places. Kumudini is the highest climber. All right, good job. Kumudini, congratulations. Fifth question. Which river did Vyasadeva bathe? Yamuna, Saraswati and Ganga. Okay, he did bathe in the river Saraswati. Okay. And I see that 16% got it right. The others did not get it right. Again, if you look at first canto, chapter 4 and verses 15 to 16, you can see that Vyasadeva bathed in the river Saraswati. Okay. I'm giving you a reference. So if you want to go and look back, then you can definitely do that. Okay, combo breaker. 4 players just dropped their answer streak of 4. Okay. Anyways, Ramachandra, he has climbed up. 6th question. What did Vyasadeva see in his meditation? People of Kali Yuga will want to chant the holy name. People of Kali Yuga will be short-lived and overcome with passion and ignorance. People of Kali Yuga will be demon with tantric powers and live for 1,000 years. What did Vyasadeva see in his meditation? Okay, 21% got it right. What were the other things that people of Kali Yuga had in terms of qualities? They will have decreased in bodily strength. They would be faithless. They will be impatient due to lack of goodness. They will be dull-witted, meaning they will be dull-headed. And then they will be reduced in the duration of life, and they will be unlucky. These are the qualities exhibited by the Kali Yuga people. We have 2 of them here, short-lived and those with passion and ignorance. The other qualities are the bodily strength will not be that great. They will be faithless in terms of God consciousness. They will not have so much faith, and they will be impatient due to the lack of goodness. When you don't have sattvic qualities, you will be impatient. Say, for example, you chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra once and you say, I need all Vaishnava qualities. How will you get that? You need patience. When we chant, we are not going to expect anything in return. And top of it, the Vaishnava qualities will come to you if you have the patience. We have to wait patiently because God knows when He will want to give you what. Until that time, we have to be patient and we have to just do our duty, okay? And not expect anything in return, in favor of anything. But people of Kali Yuga, they will be impatient. Again, why? Because they are not having that sattvic quality. They will be dull-witted. To understand a simple concept, it will take a long time because they don't have that power of absorption. And their duration of life is reduced, meaning it's old age. And then they will be unlucky. Okay, these are the Kali Yuga qualities that people would exhibit. Okay, here we have the top scorers and 5 players have reached answer streak 3. All right. I don't know what that means, but good job, guys. 7th question. How many division Vyasadeva made of Vedas? How many Vedas are there? In other words, 4, 2 or 6? %29% got it right. Yes, there are 4 Vedas. Does somebody want to tell me what the Vedas are? You can unmute yourself and tell me. Okay, Saki, tell me. Saki raised her hand first. I want Saki to say unmute and say. Yes, go
Okay,
ahead.
so there's Samved, Rigved, Yajurved, and Atharvaved.
Wonderful job, Saki. Good job. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, we will see the top 5 winners. Satvik, Aditya, Krishna Chinta, and Ramachandra Ovi. Ovi has climbed up. And what does that mean? Aditya has the highest answer streak of 7, meaning you got 7 straight answers. 7 answers in a row. Is that the meaning? Yes, Aditya, unmute yourself. Can you unmute? We are running out on time.
Yes, that's what it means.
Okay, that's what it means. All right, good job. And again, congratulations, Ovi, you have climbed up. Why did Vyasadeva write Mahabharata? For scholars, for less intelligent, for demons? It's a tricky question. Yes, it was written for less intelligent people. If you look at Mahabharata, Srila Vyasadeva, he was not even satisfied after writing Mahabharata. Again, it was written for less intelligent people because Mahabharata, the Purana doesn't talk about moksha. We have Dharma, Artha, Kama, and moksha. And the moksha part is not described in Mahabharata. And it is meant for less intelligent because this was an easy subject matter in terms of scriptures that could be understood. And it was not the essence of all Vedic literatures per se. And Srimad Bhagavatam, it is the essence of all Vedic scriptures, Vedanta Sutras. But Mahabharata was not. And again, it tackled the 3 aspects only. The moksha aspect, that is the liberation, is not talked about in Mahabharata. Also, if you look at it in this way, the devotional service aspect or the glorification of the Lord was not talked about in Mahabharata. So this was all in Srimad Bhagavatam that Vyasadeva was able to portray glorify the devotional service. That is why it is meant for less intelligent people. Okay, Ramachandra, he has gone up, and Arya, he is the highest climber. Okay, good. Good Arya, good job. So this is with regards to the Acharya of Samaveda. Who is the Acharya of Samaveda? Jaimini, Paila, Angira. Jaimini, yes. We have 18% who got it right. If you look at Rig Veda, Acharya is Paila, Sama Veda is Jaimini, Yajur Veda is Vaishampayana, Atharva Veda is Sumantu Muni Angira, and Puranas is Roma Harshana. These are the Acharyas, that is the professors for various different Vedas that we have. Again, if you look at Sama Veda, it is Jaimini, Rig Veda, it is Paila, Yajur is Vaishampayana, Atharva is Sumantu Muni Ankira, and Puranas is Roma Harshana. Okay, remember these names if you can. Okay, the same set of people have are remaining there. Fresh is the highest climber. Good job, Fresh. 10th question. Did Vyasadeva feel satisfied after writing so many scriptures? Yes, no, maybe. We talked about this even in our previous questions while we were discussing it. I gave you the answer already. Think through this question and give the answer. Okay, 22% got it right. Yes. Vyasadeva, he did not feel satisfied after writing so many scriptures. As I told you, he was feeling bad that he was not able to glorify the Lord. He wrote Mahabharata, he wrote the Vedas, he wrote so many things, but then he didn't have the satisfaction because he did not glorify the Lord enough. And the glorification, only when you glorify the Lord and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you will feel happy. And in this case, he was not satisfied because of that reason. And again, Srimad Bhagavatam is recommended even by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because that is the spotless Purana. Okay. We have YRP who has climbed up. Others remain the same. Slok, he has come up 3 places high. Good job, Slok. 11th, 2 more questions. What was the cause of Vyasadeva's dissatisfaction? He did not emphasize devotional service. His spiritual master had not blessed him. He had not had enough rest. Okay, 5 people still got it wrong, 5% of the people. Yes, he did not, as I told you, he did not glorify the Lord enough. And that is why he was having the dissatisfaction. He did not emphasize the devotional service. And can somebody tell me in what Purana did he emphasize on devotional service? After the dissatisfaction, he did write something. And then Gopal, you have raised your hand. Gopal Govind, can you say the answer?
Srimad Bhagavatam.
Wonderful job, Govind. Totally, that is the right answer. He was able to emphasize the process of devotional service in Srimad Bhagavatam. Good job. And here are the top 5 winners. We have Mickey who has climbed up, and then Slok, he's back in the game, 3 in a row. Good job, Slok. I'm not calling the other 5 because we know that you've been there consistently. Who came to Vyasadeva's cottage? Shaunaka Rishi, Narada Muni, Shukadev Goswami. Okay, Narada Muni. Narada Muni actually came to Vyasadeva's cottage to tell him that, oh, see Vyasadeva, you are also dissatisfied. I know that you have something going on in your mind. You should do something to glorify the Lord, emphasize on devotional service. And that way, by writing something that way, then your dissatisfaction will go away. Again, person like Vyasadeva, he's not going to have any dissatisfaction. This situation is just for us to explicitly know that God himself wanted Srimad Bhagavatam to be available to all of you all. And that is the reason there is this exhibition of, because pure devotees of the Lord, they are neither happy nor sad. But in this case, it is just that Vasudev, he himself is an avatar of the Lord. And just for Srimad Bhagavatam to come in, Lord had made this kind of an arrangement. Like Narada Muni, he wanted Narada Muni to go meet Vasudeva, tell him what he felt, and then emphasize about devotional service. Tell him about the glories of the Lord, so he can actually write Srimad Bhagavatam and make it all available to everybody. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as I told you, he also recommended that Srimad Bhagavatam is a spotless Purana and should be available to all. And it is non-different than Krishna. Okay? And that is why you have to hear like how Parikshit Maharaj was hearing from Shukadev Goswami. Very important. Okay, here are the winners. Top 5 winners. Ramachandra, 3rd place. Good job, Ramachandra. Aditya, 2nd place. And 1st place goes to Satvik. Congratulations. I think, runner-up, Krishna Chinta and Mickey. And we see that Satvik and Aditya, they were 1st and 2nd places in Sanskrit also. And congratulations. And Ramachandra, you're 3rd one here. And we have the 2 winners, Krishna Chinta and Mickey. Good job, guys. I'm going to go to the players just to see what the scoring of everybody else is. And please don't be upset with the scores. It's okay. We learned so much, right? Today we had discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, explored the canto number 1 and chapter 4 in depth on all these questions. So we know the top 5 winners. 6th place goes to Varun the Carrot. 7th place is Ovi. 8th is YRP. Narendra Modi 9th. Wow, very good name. Slok is number 10. Okay, and Charit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 11. Gobinda, you're number 12. And Adi Shri Raut.
83.
Okay, and Saki is 14. Ponnu, Aryahi, Kushi, ABC, Fresh, Durga, Kumudini, Krish, Kritik, Apple, Naimisha, Tom, Veda, Ojasvi, Vanu, Omkar, Hemant, Hema, Oja, Satvik, Ishan, Vaishnavi, and Badri. Okay. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Which question did I miss?
Okay, Gobind, you raised your hand.
It was which question I missed it in Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay, you want to know which question you missed? Where are you, Gobind? Gobind. Okay, you missed question number 3. Why did King Parikshit, is question number 3. I can look up what is question number 3.
Okay.
Okay, the question is, what did the sages want to know about Sutta Goswami? Sukadev Goswami.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that was.
But I got 93.
Yes, you got 93%. Congratulations. Awesome.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, anybody has any other questions? Can we wind up? Adi, can you say what is your question? Unmute. Adi? Adi Shri?
3% did I get?
Yeah, okay. What is your score? Adi Shri, you got 13th rank and 83%.
Emmy? This time I'm more at the front because I'm blur.
Oh, good, good. You're, so that's a good thing, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Anybody else? Ojaswini, you have a question? I can see you.
1600.
Can you unmute?
I don't know a lot of Bhagavatam, so I missed and I joined it late.
Oh, next time can you come on time? You know, we, even if you don't know, we are learning Bhagavatam through Kahoot quiz. Okay, don't worry.
And
Uh,
also today is Ganesh Chaturthi, so
yes, happy Ganesh Chaturthi.
to you too.
too. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi.
Happy Ganesh.
Thank you, Ojaswini. Thank you.
We have a temple, so we do puja.
Good job. Okay.
We did the puja.
in temple.
Yeah, you know, Ganesha, he did right for Vyasadeva. He was the one who scribed it.
Okay, thanks, ma'am.
Thanks, ma'am. I'll dial on time.
Okay, you dial on time, so then you can, even if you didn't attend the classes, we are learning here. We are all learning here Srimad Bhagavatam and even Sanskrit for that matter. I don't know Sanskrit, but I tell you a lot of things on Srimad Bhagavatam. So attend the class, you will know. Even if you didn't attend the sessions that, I mean, if you're not able to attend, we can definitely recap here, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anybody else has any questions? Okay. So can we all say goodbye? Hare Krishna. And Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Bye. Hare Krishna.